All right, man. Welcome on in. A to Z Philly halftime live show. The Eagles lead the Seahawks 10-3 as we take it in after the second quarter. It's been a very, honestly, interesting game from a lot of different angles, right? The Jalen Hurts flu game. That's what they're calling it. The Jalen Hurts flu game. As he's out here with one eye half shut. Looks like he can barely stand up. Was off to a magnificent start this game. Then it's kind of slowed down over the last, 10, 12 minutes. Couple drives that resulted in penalties that pushed the team back, and they could not capitalize. Now, I guess you could say this is a benefit from the last weeks because they've been trailing at halftime for 6 straight games. So they go into this halftime, they're up 10-3, but at the end of the day, I still feel like there has been missed opportunity in this game. We'll talk about the offense, the defense, and all of that, but give me your thoughts in the chat right now. Welcome in. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and maybe Instagram. I think so. We're trying to hook that up. I don't even know. A lot going on tonight, but welcome on in. Do me a favor, drop a like, and give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts on this game. It's an ugly Monday night. You come in, and about 10 minutes before the game, we hear, okay, it's actually going to be Drew Lock. We thought it was going to be. Then they said Geno Smith was active. Now it's Drew Lock. So who knows, man? But, the Eagles have done everything I thought they would do in this game. They come out and they start off really hot against a banged-up Seahawks team, no Devon Witherspoon, and the Eagles go on a 15-play drive, 75 yards to begin the game, 8.5 minutes. You're like, okay, they take a chunk of time off the clock. They go down. Jalen Hurts was amazing. This dude's probably breathing heavy, trying to scramble. And then on 3rd and goal at the 3, he drops back, scrambles, dives into the end zone. He went 5 for 5 on the first drive. And since then, he has been 4 for 12. The passes have been off, filter, but really the play calling has been, in my opinion, not the best. The Eagles actually did run it more than they threw it in the first half, but I still feel like they got away from it later on in the second quarter. Seahawks had a 3-and-out. Then on their second drive, they moved the sticks one time. Then they end up punting it away. Bad penalty. Then they had a penalty on the punt. Goes back to the Philadelphia Eagles. They go on another 8.5-minute drive, but it only results in 3 points. And to me, that is the epitome of how I feel about this game. A missed opportunity because when you're the Philadelphia Eagles and you control the ball for 18, almost 19 minutes, you should have more than 10 points. I just feel like they keep missing out. Now, again, they're the better team in Seattle. They should win this game. We'll talk about Matt Patricia in a second. But overall, I feel like they should have more points on the board. Jake Elliott kicks an easy one, chip yard field goal. Seahawks get it back. They go 67 yards on 12 plays, and they end up with a field goal after a couple incompletions down there in the Eagles' red zone. So that's really where we're at. That's where we're at. The last drive from the Eagles was pretty bad. It was 3 straight incompletions. Not seeing a lot of creativity. I thought I saw it more on the first 2 drives from Brian Johnson, then they kind of got away from it. But I will say the defensive side of the ball looks better. It looks better. I mean, I don't want to sound like a downer here, but, what do I expect against Drew Lock? I will say Matt Patricia has at least, somehow brought a presence about these guys, and I feel like it happens a lot once you get a new coordinator or a new coach, right? Like the guys come out more energized. They are tackling well, I will say that. They're covering the middle of the field well. DK Metcalf in this game has been held to 1 catch in the first half. So, they are stopping these guys, but without Geno Smith, what can I really expect? That's my honest thoughts here. You look at Matt Patricia, maybe they're trying to get him some momentum here in these first couple games, against Drew Lock and Tommy DeVito and Kyler Murray. Maybe they're trying to get him to pick up some traction here in the first couple games, right? Give him some easy quarterbacks to face for the most part. But, what do I expect? I don't expect Drew Lock to do much against this team. So that's kind of where I'm at in this first half. Give me your thoughts. I'll read out the comments. How do you feel? How do you feel about the Eagles defense? How do you feel about Jalen Hurts in this game? I will say a couple times they were zoomed in on his face and actually he had the one false start. Jalen Hurts got one because he almost fell backwards. It looked like his equilibrium was off. It looked like the dude was about to pass out for a second. So that's, I don't know, man. I know he's not feeling well. They said he wasn't even supposed to travel with the team, but he ended up playing, and I commend Jalen Hurts. They're calling it the flu game. So look, I commend him. He's only got 79 yards in the first half. DeAndre Swift, 36. Jalen, 35 on the ground. AJ, a couple catches. Just been like a blah game for me. And there was a 3rd and 6. First off, there was a penalty on Jason Kelce, a false start, which made absolutely no sense on 3rd and 1. Guess they got to stop the brotherly shove somehow. They push it back. And then on a 3rd and 6, like I said, Brian Johnson's play calling got worse throughout the first half. A 3rd and 6, you decide to run it right up the middle. Made absolutely no sense. And then you end up settling for 3. So that's where we're at halftime. Not really a lot of offense in this game. But give me your thoughts, man. Give me your thoughts in the chat. How do you feel about this first half? Do you think the Eagles are playing better with Matt Patricia? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Can we not take anything away from this game because it's the Seahawks without Geno? Give me your thoughts in the chat. Sound off. We'll get to them in just a second. Before we do that, let me give a shout out to our sponsor here of the A to Z Philly Game Day Show, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up with the code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to parlay selection, features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with the bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. So far, I had AJ on the over. It's only got 30 yards right now, so I don't know if he's going to hit it. Maybe he'll have a big second half. We'll see. Eagles had the ball first in this game, so they cannot allow a touchdown to begin this second half. They need to come out here, continue to tackle well. I will say again, without Darius Slay, without Zach Cunningham, I think Matt Patricia is doing a decent job. They showed Sean Desai up in the coaching box. He did not look too happy, but they got to find a way to win this game. They have to find a way to win. So we'll see if, they can get that done. But give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts in the chat. We have Tom in here. CJ says, I'll be honest, watching from the last games, I don't know what to expect, so anything they give is a bonus. Santana says, just enjoy the win, man. Nah, I'm not just going to enjoy the win, man. I'm here to analyze the team. I'm here to give my thoughts. And so far, you only have 10 points on a lackluster team. That's the fact of the matter. Okay, so I'm not just going to sit here and say everything's all pretty and sunshine and rainbows. No, I'm going to say what I think. And what I think is that they've missed some big opportunities. You had 2 drives that each went 8.5 minutes, and you only have 10 points. I think you should have more. Jamie on YouTube says, still too many quarterback runs. Andrew says the first 2 drives were great because they ran the ball more, but then they went back to a terrible pass play. Yeah, I agree, Andrew. That's what I'm seeing as well. They started off this game. Brian Johnson was being creative. Saw a little bit of motion. We saw Jalen Hurts run and do the little toss play to Goddard. They were trying to get Goddard involved early. Kind of went away from that. Devontae was a little bit banged up, but they were at least doing different things, trying to throw Seattle off. And then they just went back to a very plain offense. And a couple times they gave the ball to DeAndre. Now, he had 10 carries in the first half. I don't know if he should have that much, but they were running him outside, and he was actually gaining yards. Then they start to run it right up the gut. And he's not really opening anything here. The offensive line is not being able to open up anything up the middle. And yeah, his longest run is 11 yards. So just frustrating, man. I feel like they should have more points right now. Brian says we would be losing if this was against a halfway decent team. Play says second half, I anticipate more blitzing. That's one thing I want to get some takes on here. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles still can bring more pressure. I thought we'd see a little more of it in the first half, especially against Drew Lock. I mean, you look at this game, it's not like the defense is really making much of an impact. They haven't even got to him yet. No sacks in this game from either team, right? No turnovers. It's just been a very textbook game, like a in the trenches type of muddy game, in my opinion. So Brian Johnson's got to pick it up here in the second half. Sean says, only reason Johnson did not get demoted is because of his relationship with Jalen Hurts. Michael says, Brian Johnson's play calling is trash. Heaney says, defense playing better, offense moving the ball good when they are running. Christopher says, Geno or not, the guys get paid to play next man up. They don't care when we're missing people, and it's good with Patricia. Only can get better. We have to answer when we can go up double digits. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Chris. I agree. I agree, man. I feel like they've had a couple missed opportunities, but then again, you look at this game, you look at the drives in this game, like I said, it's been very prolonged drives. They had a 15-play drive, 8.5 minutes. They had a 16-play, 8.5-minute drive. So just been that type of game, man. It's been that type of game, then a couple punts to end. So we'll see if the Birds can pick it up. What do you guys think? Will the Eagles win this game? Will the Eagles win this game? Give me your thoughts in the chat. Let me know. And we'll read a couple more comments out, and then we'll be back here post-game. Post-game live will be right here, chopping it up, win or lose. Let's see. Charles says there could be better tackling, and the offense needs to wake up. They have let up a couple third downs. I know the Eagles started off 4 for 4 on third down in this game. Let's see what they ended with here in the first half. The Eagles were 5 for 10 on third down. Seahawks were 3 for 7. Eagles were 1-1 on fourth. They actually had a pretty nice play there on fourth down to extend the drive and go ahead and go forward. But damn, man, I was surprised the Seahawks didn't go for it 4th and 1 early in the game. Then Braden Mann had a 61-yard punt. And I'm still frustrated about that Jason Kelce false start. I feel like that should have been an easy touchdown for the Eagles. They would have had 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Instead, they get a 3rd and 6. And then, of course, Brian Johnson tries to run it on 3rd and 6. But we'll see what this team can do. We'll see what they can do moving forward here into the second half. Eagles lead it 10-3. Hopefully, they can get a big stop here on the first drive, go down and score and make this a more extensive lead. See how it all goes. I see a lot of yeses, so a lot of people believe. Jamie says 24-10. Final score prediction. Go Birds, and I'll catch you guys back here after the game here on a late Monday night. Have a great rest of the game, guys.